We are very happy to be with Sarath Kumarasinghe, one of the foremost classical Esraj players in Sri Lanka. Welcome to Boston, Sarath.
Thank you.
First of all, I would like to ask you to please describe the Esraj for the viewers who are not very familiar with this instrument.
Thank you, Aini. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me here, and I'm very deeply happy and privileged to be here. The question about the Esraj is my favorite question because there is so much awareness which needs to be made for this instrument. So I will start by showing people the instrument. This is, it looks very similar to the sitar, and it has the identical fretboard like the sitar. The notes are identical. The first 4 strings are identical to sitar, and you will have another 15 vibration strings. There are 2 key differences between the sitar and the Esraj. One is that instead of plucking, I use the bow, so this goes as a string instrument. The second thing is that even if I have 19 strings, for 90% of the time I play only 1 string, and the rest probably the second string, and it gives me an advantage. The Esraj plays an advantage of having an unbroken scale to make your playing appear as if you are singing. So there is no breaking. So you can really replicate singing. You can replace the singer and make a rendition of any song.
I see. So Sarath, tell us how you start, to play the Esraj and how you began your career.
Well, that's an interesting question, and I don't think we have time to really give my story, but I will try to be very brief. It all started when I was 12 years, when I was studying in Colombo, and when our music teacher had a cupboard full of instruments and asked 40 students to select anything they wanted. So I grabbed one of the closest, the Esraj, and from day one I seemed to have a liking to it because somehow I found the tone very smooth and relaxing. Even if we were not stressful at the time, but I thought I liked it. And then to find when you go and ask my parents, they mentioned that my elder sister was actually using the Esraj in the College of Fine Arts at that time. So I had the instrument at home, so I got hooked to the instrument.
You have studied classical vocal and instrumental music. Could you please tell us about that?
That's again a long story. This I have to take more time. I remember I told you that I got hooked to this instrument, and while doing the studies I was actually doing a lot of practice in the instrument, and at one point I thought I should do this as a subject in school. So I asked my teacher, can I offer this for GCE O level at the time? So the teacher was thrilled, but my friends thought I was really going to get crazy. So I ended up being the first student in my college to offer music as a subject. But I could not continue that because I had to do different subjects to get to the university. So I started, after my career got into place, I started getting back to the Esraj and started studying with the Bhatkande University in Lucknow, and had to go there for the exams for vocal and instrumental, but I specialized in the Esraj.
Sarath, I'm getting a little curious to hear the sound of this wonderful instrument, Esraj. Do you mind playing a song for us?
Okay, I was waiting for that. So I play a small clip from one of the well-known Sri Lankan songs.
Mm-hmm. Pandit Amaradeva's songs, right?
You're quite right.
We know that you got involved with Dr. Lester James Pierce's Vakanda Walauwa, where Pradeep Ratnayake directed music. Tell us about that experience.
Now, that was a very pleasant experience for me. There's a prelude to that as well. When I did the Esraj to a certain level and I was known as an Esraj player in Sri Lanka, I had the privilege of doing 6 instrumentals with IT in Sri Lanka. And when it was telecasted, I got a few calls, and one of the calls was from Pradeep Ratnayake. I knew him before, but he called me after watching that, and he asked me to see whether I am available to join his crew for Vakanda Walauwa. I was naturally very thrilled, and I went there, and then I met Dr. Pierce, and he was not so much involved in the music, but he listened to it. I knew that he was impressed with the instrument, and that was a really good experience, and we became very good friends thereafter.
Sarath, we know that you had your first Esraj instrumental concert, Sonduru Satsara, in 2004. Could you please talk about that?
Yeah, with pleasure. That was again a very pleasant memory, but we had to struggle a lot in concept to get this materialized. Imagine trying to keep an audience for 2.5 hours without speaking a single word and with an unknown instrument. So a friend of mine who is actually an electrical engineer and a music lover and myself struggled for about 3 months to see how we can do this, and we got a program done. After that, within the next 3 months, we had the concert and the reviews were very good, and we had a repeat after 2 years again in Toronto. Then 1.5 years after, I wanted to do that in Sri Lanka, and we did the same concert at the BMICH. Again, it was well received, and 2011 end, I did the concert again at Bishops in Sri Lanka, same name. Pieces of the concert was done in U.S.A. and few parts in Canada, but the full length I have already done 4 concerts.
us what was the format of this concert?
The format of Sonduru Satsara is easily described this way. Many people are familiar with Victor Ratnayaka's Sa. This is, I could say, an instrumental adaptation of the same format. So there will be 22 to 24 instrumental numbers, but I got some well-known dancers to provide few dance items, and there were some visuals, and it was because I am an instrumentalist, there is no language barrier for me, so I was playing Sri Lankan melodies, South Indian, North Indian, and also Western melodies. So there was something for everyone. That may have been the reason why people gave me better feedback for my concert.
Have you done any CDs, Sarath?
Yes, in fact, I have done 3 instrumental CDs by the same name, Sonduru Satsara, and 1 DVD of the concert which I had at the BMICH.
We understand when you were in Sri Lanka, you met President Mahinda Rajapaksa. How did that meeting go?
Well, I can tell you how the meeting went, but there was a big uproar after that meeting. All of my friends were asking, how did you meet him and why did you meet him and what were you telling him? I will tell you, I have told this to others. I wanted to meet him. I felt as a musician, you have a right or a privilege to meet your leader. So I was trying to do that for a few years and I was successful in having an attendance. I just wanted to play for him. But I also had the privilege of giving him one message which I give to all the TV channels. Get this instrument to school kids, just like what we did. And I believe his response was very favorable.
We know that you have your own school of music named Satsara School of Music. We know that you have so many pupils. Can you talk about that, about the school?
Good that you ask, Vayani. My school is not a very big school. I don't want it to be a big school. I know the people who are interested in music are a dedicated lot. You don't have a large number of dedicated people, so I try to specialize in one-on-one. The school is at my house and they have to come to the house at the time which we agree on, and I have a very dedicated set of students who not only learn this instrument, they learn vocal music and many other instruments as well.
So when you say pupils, your students, are they Sri Lankans or Canadians, Americans?
It's a mix. I have Sri Lankans. I could say the percentage of non-Sri Lankans is more now. And you mentioned Americans. It's interesting. The instrument which I am playing for you today belongs to a student who lives in Boston. That's ironic. He actually learns Esraj from me through Skype.
I'm curious, you said he's from Boston. What's his name?
His name is Paul Ward. He found me from the internet, and I have 4 more in US, all US citizens who have again found me through the internet, and either every week or every fortnight they learn the same time I spend on one-on-one for my school. They learn from me, and whenever they get the opportunity, if I come to US, they will come and have a one-on-one lesson with me. So there is, we are in the 21st century. Technology has removed many barriers. If you have the will and the interest and a little bit of talent, you can go very far in the field of music.
So Sarath, my last question for you is, do you have any future projects that you are planning to do?
There are many projects. If you don't have any projects in your mind, that is the time for retirement. I have many projects in mind and few are doable. I am seriously compiling a CD for yoga because many people have said that their stress is relieved. It's not really to market a CD, but there has been a demand. People have been requesting me to come up with some basic music CD for yoga. So I probably might do that before the end of the year. In addition to that, I like to promote so many kids as possible to perform on stage. Now whenever I perform on stage, I make it a point at least 5 or 6 kids are performing with me, either as duets or as chorus or as supporting, because they are the people who will at the end take this to the next generation. After we stop playing this, they have to take it and they have to teach others. That's the reason why I want a lot of kids to take this instrument, so that after a few years or a decade there will be a revival of this instrument with the new generation.
Sarath, as a Sri Lankan, we are very proud of you. We are proud of your work. Hope you continue to do your wonderful work with Sri Lankans, non-Sri Lankans around the world. And Boston Lanka would like to wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much for inviting. Thank you so much for having me. And I wish the Boston Sri Lankan community also all the very best.